hours, it grows up in the snow, and it is not dying because the snow is very great insulation for it, and it keeps it warm from the very cold temperature outside. And one of the main problems in our architecture is that the great difference of temperature destroyed the facade. And people every 2 or 3 years should spend money to rebuild some places on the facade, because it's hard to choose materials that is not afraid of 30 degrees up the zero and 30 degrees under the zero. So we decided to make special shell that is near our facade, and the snow filling the shell and in the shell, and it is a great insulation to the facade to make the temperature near the facade static. And so this is our shell in the first floor. It is made of grilled surfaces bent from the facade, and snow falls down, and naturally it is filled. But in the second floor, the construction of the shell is another. People can remove snow from the roof. It can clean it, and at the same time it can fill the shell too. So the main question is, what should we do with all this snow in the spring? We have special construction inside of the building, and the diagram shows the direction of rain and water and melted snow from the shell going in the roof, upside in the tube, and we can and here in the tubes and inside the special room, and we can use this water for cleaning, for flushing toilets or watering the plants.
Okay. And another innovation for us was this space, because it works like a draft lobby, but also like a winter garden. This space covered with panels of the glass, and inside is a winter garden, but it's also the entrance. But the problem was that in the summer, in Russia, the summers is also quite hot, and in this construction, inside it's impossible to be inside, and the plants also may die in the high temperature. And we decided to make a waterfall wall to protect the plants inside, because this waterfall will cooler the inside area and humidity the outside area. Our panels, Sasha already said about this, and another good thing is that these panels is removing, because our building will grow every time. In this case, for us, it's impossible to have some static panels. Another system that we would like to make is the system connecting with water from the river. As you know, in the deep of the river, the water never be cooler than 4 degrees. In this case, we would like to use this. Not only for air conditioning system, but also for warming the house. For example, with the special tubes, the water from the deep of the river go up and to the special area in the house. There is a special pipe with the computer inside. It analyzes the temperature, and after warm it, and it's really saves the money, because the difference between the temperatures is would be maybe 20 degrees, but the weather outside it's more colder, and it's really nice system. But I don't know, yeah, it's really nice. Okay, another system is snow. Of course, for Russian people, snow is everything, and so when we start to think about this, we read a lot about our ancient literature, because it's really popular. The cellar with the ice inside. Many centuries ago in Russia, use the ice and the snow. They put it inside the cellar, and after the cellar, of course, some part of the cellar yes. But another one stay until the summer, and the cold air from this space go inside the building, and it's really nice air conditioned system for Russia, because we have snows, but we also have hot summers. Okay, and when we start to create our panels, we understand that if you would like to make, for example, a village, it's quite nice because the price is going to be lower, but it looks the same. And for us, like for architects, it's not really interesting. We would like to make some unique buildings, and to know something, we decided to make different structures, and the panels, the shells, they look in different ways, but in the same system to yeah. Okay, it was our inspiration, and we started to do it. Okay, and this is the building, how it looks like in the summer, and this is the building, how it looks in winter with the snow inside. Yeah.
It's so environmentally driven, I'm sure you'll be asked about that. Anyway, well, perhaps maybe Millie, do you want to do anything on?
Well, a couple of questions. What are your thoughts of how elderly people actually live in this building?
How they live inside? Okay, it's this one building. It's already for two families. Yes, the old parents and the young. On the outside, yes, and it's like a normal, building, nothing special. Yeah. Okay.
First of all, young pair builds a little bit. They don't need big space for living. Yes, they don't need because they're young, but in future they want to have children. So why they need empty volume because they have got children right now. But in future they can build new blocks for that. And maybe 20 years later, when children will grow up and want to have their independent life, they can build second floor for the life, and it will be independent apartment, contained in the first floor only by stairs. In other terms.
Okay, but so elderly people here would always live on the bottom floor?
Yes.
That's the thought?
Yes, because the old people, for them, it's quite difficult to go on the stairs on the up. In this case, when the old parents, they died, the children go down, and this is like a circulation of this house. Yeah.
Have you thought about how flexible the space is of the downstairs if it's supposed to accommodate
For
different
example,
types of ages?
if they're old, they also don't need these 4 rooms more. And these rooms is possible to destroy because we create some space that the space is only under the main construction. In this case, it's possible to take away these new rooms, and the children will live on up, and the parents they live in a small house on down. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, this is getting to what I'm wondering then, since the building changes shape, have you any thoughts about how this building translates into a city environment where you have surrounding buildings, or is it a rural only or a suburban living only?
It's going to be true. We don't think about building inside the city because for Russia it's not so popular. We have only maybe 5 big cities, and in another place the people prefer to live outside. And the zones you saw it's not a center. That's not a Moscow. It's not a center. It's Moscow's here. In this case, this is an open spaces, and for us it's not important to think about connecting with the city. We
Do you mind going to your very last image?
Yeah.
Go to the last one. And while you're doing that, I was just wondering in winter, that last image is in winter, the next one, yeah. Where's the 3.5 metres of snow that you talked about in the early phase?
Yeah, here is not so, because if you draw a big one, you can see our building.
But that's my point, because the grandparents are living downstairs and they can't see out. And also the large glass area, in what direction is that faced? Does that matter to you? What direction what direction is this building looking at?
It's the main facade. It's the main facade. It's cold. Yes, it's very cold.
Yes, because it's possible to be without.
No, but I'm wondering, is that the north, south, east or west facade?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the main facade.
Yeah, and in other facades, it's, forest,
But what direction does that glass wall face? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So you thought about where the sun is and you gather warmth through the winter, through the...
because in the summer, you would like that the construction going to be with the side. That's because Sasha said that we have special flowers in Russia that can grow up on the side.
Yeah, understand. But so then I wonder why when you have 30 to 40 degree heat, do you need to shade that glass?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so,
It's really draft lobby.
Yeah.
It is not heating plates, and after this glass there is a wall with thermal insulation. Not big, but thermal
I think
insulation.
we will choose a special plant that is possible to grow in a quiet cold weather. Yes.
thank you very much.
It's just a detailed question. Why are you designing the facade to be trapping the snow in various pockets? It seems like that would
Because
actually
it's cold inside.
Snow
yeah,
is
but
inside.
it seems like that would make it even more technically, deteriorate the facade. Freeze thaw. No, it's just a
Yes, because we yes, we put inside.
yeah.
Yeah, but here it's closed now.
Yeah.
And
It seems like you want to get it
but
off.
No, it's true. In Russia, you can see the big,
Very big,
yeah, big heat, yeah, because the snow is quite with the moisture inside. Yes, you understand? It's
soft.
soft. Yes, soft. Yes, in this case, it go like this.
What do you do when you have that storage area? Would you store it for the season? The snow is stored in the basement, and then you use the cooling in the summertime.
Yeah.
So it has to store for a long time.
Yeah.
When you have snow, you don't want to rip the house. So it must be stored for a long period of time.
Because
Yeah.
in summer,
So
so is also quite hot. And we also need to save the energy, not to use a normal condition system. We would like to have something natural.
Yeah. So you store the snow for a
Yes,
whole
for
season.
the summer,
For the
yes.
summer.
And only in the summer we open the special place
Yeah.
and the hot air is going to be around all the
Grandfathers use it as refrigerator.
yeah. In Russia.
So there's another system, it's an ice storage system. Similar to an ice storage system, where you store it, where you create ice, when they bring the electricity down, just give it every night, you create ice. And then you use that to cool the building. Similar.
Yeah, I was going to mention this. The thing I really liked about this was that we were using old traditional methods of cooling and heating as well, and I just think they could have been integrated more with the design. You know, it would be quite nice to see that process. I like the idea of, as the house grows, you have to dig your cellar as well. The cellar becomes a living part of your building. At the moment it looks, it's buried. You know, so I think you could maybe make a bit more of that process. I think that could be part of the house. The other thing was that when you say it's very, very hot in summer, and very, very cold in winter, and you design for those two extremes. Yeah. There must be points in the middle, there must be twice a year, but it's quite nice.
But it's only 1 week.
1 week as well. But it'd be quite nice. It'd be quite nice for me if the house could celebrate that in some way. And it's, you know, at some point it must be nice just to have all the doors open, everything's perfect as well. It'd be quite nice if the house could mark like a ritual. You know, it looks a little bit to me a bit defensive. You know, everything's closed up and then as well. I just get the feeling, you know, it'd be quite nice to think of that swing.
Two further questions. You showed one slide, one image with someone shoveling snow off the roof. Was your decision not to have a sloping roof a hard decision? Because the norm, I think, would be to shed the snow naturally. But is the normal construction, the traditional construction, a sloping roof?
No, but right now it's popular. Right now there's Europe and Europe pay exploitation rules and it's not so common. It is more expensive, but it does.
But because we have a problem that the first test was only like the first one, and we couldn't make some special. Yes, we need to make it like a problem.
And so you rely on insulation under the ceiling, under the roof, to get your insulation. Stopping the heat gain or cool through the roof. Is the insulation on top of the structure or below the structure? Yeah. So, and then the other thing, you've come up with this wonderful system, a walling system, and it almost looks to me as if it would suit very well to a modular system, because you said at one stage you destroy or demolish rooms as you don't need them. Have you contemplated turning this into a system that can be rolled out into a broader market that's a modular system so that you can add this on? And then instead of destroying, you actually sell it and recycle as a modular system.
Maybe it's possible because if you have 3 panels, yes, and you can sell it to another
The other thing I was thinking about, this interaction inside the house, it happens on this space, this space there. Is there other interaction between the different floors? You know, you're saying that one part of the family live upstairs, another part of the family live downstairs. Is there any connection inside?
There's connection.
Apart from that, as well? No.
Only drop upstairs.
Yeah. Did you think about this now? I was thinking, because you've got a flexible system, adaptable system, people will not decide to connect. Yeah, okay. But it just makes me that thing about architects, they design flexible systems, but sometimes they're not that flexible. It's what the architects think is flexible. And it might be some families would actually prefer a 2-story joint. I don't know, it just strikes me as another level for your project. So seeing them as 2 separate. It could be spacing in the house. Okay, any other points?
You did start off with a core, a service module essentially. So you had the kitchens and bathrooms in that. And you had a second service core on the first floor? I think you had an idea that the core of the house was the kitchen, the fixtures, the things that are front.
Because in the second floor, the system will be the same. If we have a kitchen,
Okay, and now in the last couple of minutes, you have shown how the changing family circumstances can be catered for in this house. Can you now tell me, when your elderly grandparents are living there and they're becoming more and more frail, why is this so much better than any other dwelling? Why is this very special for someone who's 85 years old and becoming frail to live in?
In our country, very special houses for young people is not common. And if you have, but it's very expensive. And it is good that you shouldn't pay money for a nurse, another person, for a grandparents, if they live near you in 30 seconds. You can, if you want to see them, you have to spend cards. But if you want to spend the time, you can stay because it's old, it's embarrassing.
So it's the social interaction is your main priority.
Okay, well thank you very much. That's very interesting. Thank you.